Okay, for 4-2, we're just going to keep open the same workbook that we just created, or if you closed it, just go get it again, open it back up, the 04 project math solution, and we're going to just modify a couple of the formulas to see how Excel does order of operations. So click in, once you download it, or open it back up, I mean, click on C3, and the answer to this formula is 21. And so we're going to change the order of operations to change the outputs. So either change it right up here or double click in the cell. By the way, to get out of a cell, when you double click on it, you hit escape on the keyboard and it comes right out of it. The top left, very top left key on the keyboard. Okay, so put an open parentheses in front of 5, between equals and 5, so shift 9. And then I usually just use the arrow keys to go over to the end of 2, right after 2, and do a close parentheses. So now it changes the order of operations. Now it's going to do the plus first, 5 plus 2. And so you could probably do that in your head. What would it change to? It used to be 21. See if you can figure out what it's going to change to. And then hit enter. And see if you were right, 56. So it does first 5 plus 2, which is 10. Sorry, 7, not 10. 5 plus 2 is 7, and then it'll do 7 times 8. So that's why it's 56 now instead of 21. Okay, let's go to D2. Click on D2, and we're going to change it. So this time I'll go up in the formula bar, and I'm going to do a parentheses, open parentheses before 65, right after the equals sign. And then I'm going to arrow key over to the 9, right after the 9, do a close parentheses. So we'll do that subtraction problem first, and then it will do the rest. So hit enter, and it goes from negative 147.6 to a positive 307.4. So that changed it a lot. Okay, so order of operations is really important. It completely changes the outputs, the answer, depending on the order that we do the equations inside the formula. So one more, let's go to, actually a couple more. Let's go back into the same one, D2, and let's change it again. Now let's put a parentheses after the plus, right before 97, open parentheses, and then a close parentheses at the end, and see if it changes. So this one does not change. It's still 307.4 because that was the last, that was the second operation anyway on the last problem. So it does the first parentheses, the first formula in parentheses first, and then this one, it was doing the divide already, and so it did not change. So let's change it one more time then, and let's do let's see, open parentheses, and then right before the 29, let's do another open parentheses. We're gonna get crazy and do 2 parentheses, or parentheses inside of parentheses, and then let's take away this one right here, backspace it, and then go behind the 8 and do a close parentheses. And then we'll get rid of the one right after the 5. Oh, that doesn't look right. Let's go get rid of this one before the 97 and put it behind 97. Okay, there we go. So we've got parentheses inside the bigger parentheses. So first it's going to do the inner one, 29 times 8, and then it's going to take that result and then take 67 minus that, plus 97, and then finally divide it by 5. So hit enter, and you should get negative 14. So order of operations is really important. We need to pay attention to that inside Excel because it will calculate it that way. And it's always right, it's the computer, so we got to be careful that we're entering it correctly. Save this as 04 Project Operations Solution, and then we're done.